All right, well, that signal that's needed for the leveling comes in on this line here. So this board here is the front panel. So it's being driven here. So there's a switch. It can either be driven from this circuit or from this circuit. This switch is the switch that's on the attenuator. And it's the very last 0 dBm or plus 10 dBm. So at the very last click, you need to add another 10 dBm. And that's done here. So this circuit here is set up for a plus 10 dB range. And this circuit here is set up for a 0 dB gain range. And you switch between one or the other. And so there's a gain of 10 between these two. And it's being driven off at this circuit. And currently we're getting about 0 volts out of these things. We should be getting about -3 volts out of these things, so that's why it's not working. There's a calibration knob here, 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 and here to adjust this whole thing. But it comes off of a buffer here that drives this thing. The buffer drives this and this. And the buffer is also calibratable here. And luckily the schematic shows some test voltages. It says over here we've got -4.9 and over here we have -1.3, and then the wiper of the potentiometer goes between those two. So if it's operating correctly, the voltage here should be negative, because we either have -1 volt or -4 volts, and it should make it through this thing to give us the -3 that we need. Yeah, so this is not generating those negative voltages. Well, where do those come from? Well, they come from this amplifier, and they come over from here, and then they come in here from the modulation input. So this is how you do the AM modulation. The 400 hertz AM modulation is that you have these things set up for a nominal 0 dBm or 10 dBm, and then you can wiggle them back and forth and modulate these guys up and down. So this part of the circuit should not be necessary if you're not doing modulation, if you have just CW set. And I suppose CW brings in some fixed voltage, and that turns into this minus voltage. So anyway, we need to go back and look here, or we just need to hotwire it on, which we could do. We could just hotwire it on here. We already know that's going to work. So I need to figure out where the modulation input comes from. It says it comes from C316-3. And yeah, I think that's the second board in the front panel. There's actually two PC boards in the front panel. So we need to figure out where that comes from and why we're not getting a negative voltage here. All right, so we're going to be trying out the signal that actually does the modulation. We should watch a voltage change, 400 hertz or 1000 hertz. So let's take a look at the oscilloscope over there. So let me go to AM modulation and 400 hertz. And yeah, there we go. We got a 400 hertz sine wave, which is right. 1000 hertz sine wave, which is right. So those are working. And then this is percent modulation. It's set to 50% right now. So yeah, so we can make it smaller, or we can make it bigger. So, okay, the modulation circuit is working. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's getting us some voltages, but I don't know if they're the correct voltages. They don't, just off the top of my hand, they don't seem like they're correct. Seems like everything should be biased DC a little bit, but oh well. There we go. We're making some progress. All right, so it's coming in biased around 0 volts, and like I said, it should be negatively biased, but once it goes through the first amplifier, it looks like this. So everything, oops, can't get it solid on there, just a second. I can get it solid. There we go. So it is down there below ground, which is exactly where it should be, and I can change modulation from there. So it's right at about 4.3 volts, negative 4.3 volts. So that sounds pretty reasonable. And it says it should be around minus 4.9. And it really is around minus 4.5, 4.4 maybe. So a little bit low, but certainly within the ballpark. So that's looking good. So maybe I can get this thing to operate a little better. Anyway, I'm learning more about the circuit. And for those playing at home, the signal coming in here is the ground referenced one. Then it goes to this first amplifier here and gets biased negatively. And so then I'm looking at the output of this amplifier. I'm getting about minus 4.5, and it says minus 4.9 right here. And then that gets divided down by an 11.3K and a 3.92K, and it ends up being minus 1.3 over here. And then there's a vernier R20 that allows you to choose where you want to be in there in order to make the rest of the circuit work. So that all makes sense to me. So because we are now getting negative voltages here, I need to connect everything back up and see if we can get something on the output. All right, well, I don't know what happened, but it is working a little bit now. Maybe poking around, maybe learning a little bit more, I don't know. But so I'm able to actually get something on the output now at all frequencies. So that is now working. And the way that I accomplished it is I'm still in CW. I'm not in AM modulation. It doesn't seem like that actually works, but I am in a CW modulation, and the switch that changes between the 0 dBm range and the plus 10 dBm range is actually removed from the circuit right now. It's actually located on this attenuator, so it's not even available. So I'm using a jumper wire, and I'm selecting plus 10 dBm, and I'm getting an output. When I select 0 dBm, I don't get anything at all. So only the plus dBm side is biased correctly to turn those pin diodes on. So anyway, definitely making progress. All right, so if you're working on something and it's kind of getting you frustrated, it's sometimes important to go work on something else for a while and come back to it. So I'm going to be working on the attenuator here. I showed this briefly before in a different video, but I didn't really show how it actually operated on a measurement. And so the way that this is constructed, it is a 10 dB, 20 dB, 30 dB, 30 dB, 40 dB. That's the way these attenuators are laid out, okay? So if we're sweeping here from 1 megahertz to 520 megahertz, that's the specification of the unit. If I slide in the 10 dB pad, you can see it went down to 10 dB. Let me try the 20 dB. It went down 20. Let me try the 30. It went down 30. The other 30, it went down 30. And then the last one is the 40. Okay, get this all on screen here. So let me move the 40 over, and it goes wacky. It just goes wacky. Now if I kind of wiggle it around a bit, oh, there we go, 40. So that one's also working, but then I go back out to 0, and it's not 0. And I need to wiggle it and wiggle, oh, there we go, and it goes back to 0. So I have been working on this for untold hours now. At least 5 hours I've been working on this thing. They're extremely complicated to open up. Not to open up, but to put back together. You can open them up just fine, but getting them back together is just really, really hard. There's a couple things wrong with this attenuator. One is it's been used a lot, and all of the gold plating's been rubbed off of the PC board, so there's no longer a good gold-to-gold contact. The actual little contacts that slide back and forth are these two little stripes here, and they're spring-loaded, and the springs aren't really springy anymore, and Yeah, it's just a big mess. So the other ones seem to work just fine, but so for some reason the 40 isn't working just fine. And there's kind of a clue also that it's a different color. The plastics here are white, 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 and this one's kind of an off-white. And so I think this one had probably been sent back for repair, and they put in a new part for this thing here, and it doesn't match. It also doesn't seem to be the exact thickness of these. So the thickness is very, very critical on how much pressure is applied to the PC board. And then because this one probably had been used so much, that's why it was sent back for repair. And it might have worked for a while once they got it back, but then all of the gold just wore off the PC board, and this one's just not working well any longer. Now, I could reassemble this thing and cross my fingers. It's really, really finicky. Like I said, I've had it opened and fixed and opened and fixed about 10 times now, and it's super, super hard to work on. So I think what I'm going to do is, because this unit may never work, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hot wire the 40 dB pad a short. So the attenuator will work up to 30, 30, 20, let's see, 60, 80, 90. It'll work up to 90 dB, but the 40 dB will not be functional. I'll save all the parts if somebody else wants to try to fix this thing in the future. One thing I had in mind is if the Wavetek was actually a super good instrument to begin with, which it doesn't seem to be, what I would do is I would actually create a new PC board and put some good gold on it. It is one single PC board that goes all the way across, which means you need to disassemble the whole thing. And the PC board is the very last thing to come out. And it's, again, point-to-point wiring. It would be a complete rebuild of this attenuator, and I don't think this machine warrants that right now. So like I said, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of bypass the 40 dB pad, allow this thing to go from 0 to minus 90 dB of attenuation, which should be just fine for almost everything I want to use it for, and we will call it quits on this thing. It's just not worth the hassle right now. So, like I said, if you get stuck on one thing, you go to another thing, and then you get stuck on this thing, you go back to the other thing. So, yeah, there you go. And then if you look at these things, let's figure it all on camera here. So if I can say, okay, I want 20 dB, I'll slide this one. There's my 20. I put in the 10 as well. There's a 30. Or I could do 30 by itself. That's the same thing. Here's 40. Here is 50. We're off a little bit. Here's a 60, but then you could also put in the two 30s to get 60. And here's 70, 80. And down there, minus 80 and minus 90. Yeah, so there you go. So this this attenuator is working. It's just this thing up here. It oftentimes does that, and it's just not going to be. It's not going to be a happy experience.